What's up, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Alamo City Sportscast coming at you from the west side of San Antonio. My name's Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. We're going to go for about an hour 15, hour 30 today talking sports, pop culture, and nostalgia. Happy New Year, everybody. Joe, how you feeling today, my man?
Feeling good, man. Been a good winter break here, and people were telling us, man, your last show was December the 20th or 20 something, and I was like, me and Mike need some time off, man. We need a winter break. It's good for not only for our mental health, but we have families we want to spend time with this time of year.
Exactly, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm over in Conroe, Texas right now. My girlfriend lives out here in Conroe, so visiting her and her family. But it's been a good 2 week period, Joe. I
It
mean,
has been.
dude was in Barbados for 5 nights right before Christmas. It was amazing. I'm gonna tell you something about Barbados, dude. If anyone has any opportunity to go to the Caribbean, I know there's Jamaica, there's the Bahamas, there's all of that, right? Dude, Barbados had no trash on the ground, had no graffiti. You feel safe outside the complex. Going into the residential areas, you feel safe. Everyone speaks English. They take American currency. Dude, Barbados was it, man.
You're
It
gonna
was
move
it.
to Barbados?
Well, it was funny because when I was out there, they were saying the celebrities that go out there for New Year's Eve and also for Christmas Eve as well. The island's only 20 miles by 13 miles. It is a small island, has 270,000 residents there.
Yeah.
You go up and down there, it's beautiful water, it's a beautiful beach. It's basically off the coast of Brazil for crying out loud. Had no idea it was that far. And they're like, "Oh yeah, Mark Zuckerberg's here. He's in that building over there. Oh yeah, actor Mark Wahlberg is over here. He comes here every Christmas." So
Wow.
it was pretty cool, and no one seemed to give two craps, man. Everyone just had a good time. All the locals were fun. Went to the local restaurant or a little stand over there. They have a little chicken over there. It was amazing, dude. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Came back home, celebrated with my family, with my kids. Came out to Conroe to visit my girlfriend and her family as well. And then New Year's Eve comes, right? New Year's Eve, the time where everyone wants to celebrate. My girlfriend and I just looked at each other. We're like, nah, we're done. We're done. We're spent. So we spent New Year's Eve on the couch watching movies. That's all we did. How was
Hey,
your New Year's Eve?
that was good. I kind of did the same thing, just low key. Just last year we went to Disney World, right? So we
Yeah.
were at Epcot and all that. We did the whole thing last year, and I'm like, this year, I'm just looking forward to just staying at home and just chilling out. So that's what I did. Went to go visit my sister-in-law, hung out there for a little bit, came back, popped fireworks in front of the house with the kids. I mean, we're on the Puerto West Side, so you know what happens at midnight, dude.
Oh, I know,
The
man. It was
skies light
crazy.
up. So that was good. Marbach did not disappoint again. It was fun, dude. It was just a good low key, just relaxing New Year's. But yeah, man, I'm happy that you had a good time in Barbados. And some of the chats in the comment here, that's kind of funny. They're like, "Isn't there supposed to be a rebrand?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's coming. It's gonna be
Yeah.
next week. It's not gonna be no more Alamo City Sportscast." Mike's known about this for a while. I've told him it's gonna be Area 210 moving forward. So yeah, we're gonna have some changes coming in. And I think, with the rebrand, it just gives us more time to actually talk about a lot of things that are happening here locally and not just pigeonhole us into talking sports. We can talk about whatever we want.
Mhm.
Be a good time.
Since is saying he played cornhole for 2 hours and then went to bed at midnight before New Year's Eve, man. He says new virus and allergies kind of got to him.
Oh,
Started
that
to get quite sick.
norovirus.
Dude, there were a lot of people who I saw that were sick around this time. I kind of dodged it all. Joe, going up and down the streets of Barbados, I see this stand. I posted photos of this on Twitter couple weeks ago. I'm walking up and down. I see this guy selling sports memorabilia, right? Bunch of NFL jerseys, soccer jerseys, and he had a handful, like literally only 6 or 7 NBA jerseys, one of them being Jeremy Sohan. So they're selling Sohan jerseys on the side of the road in Bridgetown, Barbados, which
What
was fun.
size was the jersey? Because everybody was saying you should have bought it.
Oh, it was a small. Oh, dude, I tell you about that, man. Everybody in Barbados is super skinny, man. Super skinny.
They walk
So
them out or
me,
what?
me like a tonto ran out of chones after 3 days over there, and then you
No.
had 2 more days to go. I decided I was gonna go buy some chones, right? So I go to this one store. It's in the locals area, right? And I'm looking for my size, right? Now, I will let everybody know I used to be a size 44 waist. I'm a 40 now, right?
Right?
Making my way down to 38. I go looking for that. Do you know what size a 40 waist is in Barbados? Because everyone's skinny.
30, 32.
Over here, well, no, over here, you know, you get small, medium, large, extra large, and all that, right?
Yeah.
In the US, if I was to go to Kohl's or Target or wherever to buy underwear, Walmart,
Yeah.
it's XL. Okay, I'm a big dude. It's an
Yeah.
XL. In Barbados, waist 40 is 5XL.
Damn.
I was like 5XL. Dude, you're considered to be extra large in Barbados if your waist is 34 or bigger. Dude,
You're
5XL.
you're morbidly obese.
Dude, everyone there is lanky, man. Everyone there walks around like a hieroglyphic, man. Everyone's just so, man. I was like 5XL. What kind of crap
Jeez.
is this? I'm like normal in San Antonio, but in Barbados, I'm 5XL.
Jeez, bro. You're
Oh,
a little healthy over in Barbados, you know?
dude. And then last weekend was back in San Antonio. We went to St. Cecilia's mariachi event over there. My girlfriend had me dancing Tejano, had me two-stepping.
Man, I'm surprised you even
Dude,
went in there. It's too ethnic for you, Mike.
it
Come on.
was too ethnic, man, but it was fun. It benefited St. Cecilia's. Got to hang out with some friends from Holmes High School from back in the day. That was fun. So, yeah, it's been a pretty eventful last 2 weeks. I'll say this about my girlfriend. She doesn't sit around, man. We go do stuff.
Yeah.
But New Year's Eve, though, we were
Look at this.
toast.
Marocco Vaso says in Barbados, you're a la verga side.
5X, dude. 5XL.
AVL, ALV, a la verga. Oh, look, your nephew.
my nephew, Nate,
I'm a
saying
large.
I'm a large in Barbados.
Jeez, bro.
Yes, I'm a plus size model in Barbados. Yes, exactly.
You'd be laying down on the beach, plus size.
Exactly.
Extravagante.
Lots going on. Well, let's talk some sports, man. The big news of today is the fact that we're going to have college football today. We weren't expecting it. Sugar
Yeah.
Bowl going on in New Orleans. We had that terrorist attack that happened over the weekend. It was a few hours after the New Year there on Bourbon Street. 15 people killed. The perpetrator, the person who did this, from Texas, former Army soldier. He went over to Afghanistan and was part of U.S. forces over there. Craziness out there. Lots to figure out when it comes to that. Fact of the matter is that the authorities believe that more than one person was involved. But that delayed the Sugar Bowl between Notre Dame and Georgia.
Yeah.
New Orleans is where football takes place, man. If I'm not mistaken, isn't the Super Bowl this year in New Orleans?
It is, man.
So, I mean, that's just a month away. So, it's kind of crazy. I was just talking to my girlfriend about this. You talk about bucket list items, and part of it is to celebrate New Year's Eve in a big city, whether it be watching the ball drop in New York or go to Miami or New Orleans or wherever, right? I mean, I know San Antonio, we have that big event at Hemisphere Park downtown. Dude, after this, Joe, I don't think I'll ever go to a New Year's Eve celebration that's in a major city.
It's one of those things, dude. You always got to be aware of what's going on, especially if you're in a big populated area where there's a lot of people. You just, in today's time, you just can't take things for granted. It just shows you the state of things, and a place like New Orleans, especially like Bourbon Street. I think it's long overdue for them to kind of implement some just basic security measures, especially like having barriers, to keep cars from coming through certain areas and whatnot. So hopefully, this will shed some light on what's happening, in the world around us and make some changes for the betterment of the pedestrians that are out there, for their safety.
Well, they do have barricades out there. It was my understanding that they may have been replacing them or might have been moving them around when they got in. Fact of the matter is, if you go to Bourbon Street, you can drive through Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be, man. The French Quarter should just be quartered off, man. You shouldn't be able to drive through that place at all. But hopefully changes are made with that. Again, authorities still investigating whether or not other people were involved. Some reports coming in saying that there are, some saying that there might not be. But the fact of the matter is that it threw the sports world for a loop. And it's kind of interesting because, think about all the people who bought tickets to the Sugar Bowl. How many of them bought tickets to go watch the game on the weekend so that they could leave today, right?
Yeah.
So that they could leave on the 2nd because the game would have been on the 1st. They could leave on, dude. The dates are all off for me right now because we've been off and whatnot. It's Thursday. To me, it feels like Monday, right? But they're expecting a game on Wednesday to leave on Thursday. They might have booked hotel rooms to exit today, to go home today. And the fact of the matter is that I wonder how many people are going to show up for today's game. I can't see it being full. I mean, I can see it being mostly full.
Yeah.
But, dude, the people who bought the tickets aren't from there. The people who bought the tickets were going to leave.
They have work, to go back to and whatnot.
Right. They've got flights. They've got, train tickets, whatever. However they got there, that is it. And they may not have had a room for another night. It's so crazy.
Think about this, Mike. We travel a lot, right? We get on planes. We go travel for business, pleasure, what have you. You know as well as I do. If you have to make a last minute change to your flight, how much is that going to cost you per ticket?
Oh yeah, big time.
Like, geez, bro, last minute changes going to cost
last
you
minute room.
Mm-hmm.
Last minute room.
Price
I mean, and what if these are college kids who don't have as much money? Maybe they saved up for this particular event and don't have the ability to go and spend more. It's crazy what's going on over there. It's crazy what's going on in the college football playoffs because if you looked at it, they did the rankings, right? So the top 4 seeds got a bye, right? What happened going into this round? Seeds 5 through 8 were favored to win. 3 of the 4 were favored to win. Of the 3 games that have been played, the higher seed won.
Yeah.
We saw number 1, Oregon, go down yesterday. Ohio State beat the living crap out of them. We saw Penn State go out and knock out Boise State from the get-go. And then Texas goes on to win 39-31 in double overtime against Arizona State in what is an instant classic of a game. This was a great game to watch. I thought it was going to be a blowout. I mean, first 3 plays of the game for the Longhorns were 2 touchdowns. Long-ass touchdown and a punt return for touchdown.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, they're going to beat the crap out of this team. And if you saw the body language of the Arizona State players in the first quarter, they were looking dejected.
Yeah.
They were looking like they didn't belong, like they were outclassed. And then the second half, Scatterbo, was that his name? Scatterbo? Run. Through the tackles, run. And it wasn't one of those things where he was going off for 30 or 40 yards at a time. He wasn't Saquon Barkley out there. You know what he was? He was like Zeke Elliott, man. Back when Zeke was good, getting 5 and 6 yards every single touch. And what happens? He just moved the chains. UT had a big turnover down the stretch. Arizona State comes, gets a touchdown, gets a 2-point conversion, sends it to overtime. But before the overtime, UT doinks what would have been the game-winning kick.
You saw
Arizona
what happened.
State. What's that?
You saw what happened. So they iced the kicker, right? So they had some people that were working with Arizona State, right? So on purpose, they're running on the sideline, right? So they cross right in front of the kicker as he's getting ready to practice his kicks, right? Before the play. So they iced him, dude. They walked right in front of him as he's practicing. And then after that, he doinks it. Doink.
He doinked it to the left. That was incredible. Then they go to the playoffs, and all of a sudden, Arizona State scores a touchdown, goes up, and now the butthole puckers, right? It's like, oh my God, we're gonna lose. UT, some questionable play calling on 1st and 2nd down. 4th down and 13. And I was like, dude, they got to get it to Golden. I mean, they just got to. I mean, he's their best player. Get it to him. Wide open. Now, here's the thing. It looks wide open because he caught the ball wide open in the end zone. And it was so wide open, I was fearful that he was going to drop it.
No.
Because it was like one of those things where it's right at him. And the way that he caught it cradling in, and then he rolled on top of the ball. Like he didn't catch it normal. He cradled it, right? But Ewers, when the ball was thrown, I saw Emmanuel Acho's analysis of that play. When Ewers threw that ball, Golden was covered.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't throw it to a wide open player. It appeared as though he threw it to a wide open player. Golden juked that guy, got behind the defense and was wide open. But when the ball was being thrown, Ewers had no idea that he was going to be wide open. It was just, we're getting it to our guy. I'm going to get it to a good spot. And Ewers connected, man. And now Ewers, we got to talk about a lot of things about this whole thing here, right? Texas now playing with house money. Okay. 4th and 13, getting a touchdown, going on and getting a touchdown again on the first play of the second overtime, playing with house money, right? If Texas wants to go into the rest of the playoffs as though we're the team of destiny, they can say that, right? They can go out and say, we're the team of destiny. And Joe, who are they going to play in the championship? You and I called it from the get-go, Joe. And you and I talked about this a month ago. I said that Texas was going to play Georgia for the 3rd time. And now it's looking more and more like it's going to happen, man, because that was a good draw for Texas. That was a good draw for Texas.
They lose on purpose.
It was an easy path, man. Yeah, I mean, you look at who Texas had to go through. You know, home game against Clemson. Clemson was right? Playing Arizona State. Now, Ohio State's favored against Texas, which I find to be interesting because they're playing in Dallas. So explain to me how UT is an underdog in this game. Am I going to be that guy that bets his mortgage on this game?
Hey, man, money line Texas to win, upset Ohio State, dude. You might win.
You can probably get plus 150 or so. It's got to be because it's a 6.5 point spread.
Yeah. And I'm a gambler, dude, so I might go ahead and just do that. Money line for Texas to beat Ohio State over in Big D, you know?
Yeah. Dude, I want to throw the middle finger at Swiss for calling me Space City Jimenez.
Hey, you need to tell that to Chica over there. We gave you a new nickname.
Oh my goodness, Space City Jimenez. That's a good one.
Rip to
I
the
like that,
man. But Ohio State, I mean, God, dude,
just
number 1 overall.
Just demolish them. I mean, and the physicality early on, you didn't have to watch the whole game. You could just see the big boys came to play. That was Ohio State. But going back to the UT games, a couple of things. That no call for targeting. Texas fans are going to sit there and say, let them play, let them play. But those same Texas fans who say that would not believe the same thing if it happened the other way around. Yeah. An Arizona State player had hit him helmet to helmet. Now, I don't think it was malicious.
No targeting.
Because it wasn't Crown. Yeah. But by letter of the law, by definition of what targeting is, that was a targeting call that should have been made.
Not gonna lie,
I respect the fact, though, that the officials picked up the hanky and were like, we're not going to call it because the officials didn't want to determine the game. And the officials knew the intent of that player was not to hurt the other player. Okay? It was a bang-bang play. He didn't lower Crown. He didn't juke upward. He didn't do anything that looked as though he was trying to hurt another player. It just seemed like it happened just by coincidence, by chance, that it was head-to-head. And for the officials to say, we're going to interpret it that way, ballsy. Also wrong, but ballsy. Okay, that was ballsy. The fact of the matter is, though, is the letter of the law, that's a foul. That's a 15-yard penalty. And that could have cost them the game. I was watching ESPN earlier today, and they're like, well, yeah, but they could have just stopped him on 4th and 13. Now that means crap. Who gives a shit?
Game was over, man. I mean,
who gives a crap? The fact of the matter is you don't give another team another chance and then say, oh, well, because, you had a 90% chance of winning later on, that what happened a minute and a half before doesn't matter. It does matter. Texas benefited from the officials picking up the hanky. And you know what, Joe? I have no belief that if it happened the other way around, that if Arizona State had done that to Texas, that they would have picked it up.
Nah, man.
Conspiracy Mike says that the NCAA would rather have UT out there than Arizona State.
Who's better for ratings, man?
That's right.
And what does ratings do? Get you more money, right?
They get you more money. So we got introduced, and this is the weird thing about college football, is that running back from Arizona State, everyone was all about, right? Everyone was like, "Oh my god, he's running out there, uh, just 4 yards in a cloud of dust, 5 yards in a cloud of dust, scatterbo, right?" Everyone's all about him yesterday. Did you know he finished fifth in the Heisman Trophy voting? He
But
wasn't nobody.
it's like he wasn't a scrub, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. He's not a scrub. He was fifth in voting in the Heisman Trophy
Heisman.
Award.
Yeah. But what a name, dude. What's his name? Scatterboo?
Scatterboo. So he goes off for almost $150 yesterday. Quinn Ewers with that touchdown pass. We got to talk about his draft stock, Joe.
Man, the thing with Quinn Ewers, dude, is this is it, man. When he's on, he's good, But I just think as far as consistency goes, Arch Manning is that dude, man. I think Ewers is kind of fallen off a little bit. He looks like he has a little bit of trouble when he's throwing the deep ball, You can get him on a good day, Hopefully he's going to be able to connect with his player like he did, at this and to send the game into OT and but I gotta say, man, Ewers sometimes he's a little iffy in my book, man. I mean, his draft stock is going to go back up because he had a good performance near the end, to get the game into OT. But I don't know about this brother, man. I mean, I think he's going to be all right when he goes to the NFL, but I don't think he's going to be like one of these guys that's a game changer. You know what I'm saying?
Well, keep in mind the NFL mock drafts had Quinn Ewers as a first-round draft pick along with Shadur Sanders earlier in the year, right? Along with Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Now, they had Sanders and Ward above him, but they were saying, hey, maybe at number 10, you get a Quinn Ewers. Quinn gets hurt earlier this season. Draft stock tumbles, right? When he comes back, he's not firing on all cylinders. And suddenly, what's his draft stock now, Joe? Third, fourth round, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of where there's a mid-round kind of guy. Now you look at it on a big name in front of the biggest lights, the brightest lights, on that last throw on 4th and 13 that could have ended his college career, for him to go out there and nail that read and nail that throw, I think it vaults him back up. I don't think it vaults him back up to the first round, but at least third.
Yeah.
At least third. But here's the thing, Joe. On3 Sports is reporting this past few days, that Quinn Ewers was offered a $6 million NIL deal.
Damn.
That this was done under the table and that it was actually tampering involved. So, Joe, he has a choice. Come back for one more year of college because he has eligibility left and take a $6 million deal to go someplace else.
Yeah.
Because the Longhorns are going to Arch Manning, right? That was the whole plan, to get Ewers out the door, go to the NFL, and have Arch Manning go on there. So who are the teams that are suspected of being the ones going after Quinn Ewers right now? Could it be that $6 million deal's coming from Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Quinn Ewers coming back for one more season next year, under center for Notre Dame, because he has one more year of eligibility left? This is like Joe Burrow when Joe Burrow went to LSU at the end of his career.
Yeah.
Got a national championship. Other teams reportedly interested in him. Georgia. Can you imagine if Texas plays Georgia next year?
With Ewers as the QB?
Ewers as the QB? Ewers against Arch Manning?
Hey, now that's something I want to see.
That is great. Other schools. North Carolina. Bill Belichick. I mean, he's kind of the quarterback whisperer in many ways. Quinn Ewers going over there. That'd be interesting, man. Going to Ohio State's a possibility. That's the irony of it all.
Yeah,
but
he's not coming back.
So Benji says he's going to the draft. Why? Why would he go to the draft? If he has a $6 million deal right now, why would you go to the draft? Now, if he's a first-round draft pick, yeah, you go, right? Because you got guaranteed money. But third-rounders aren't making $6 million, Joe.
No, man. They're going to make the league minimum.
Well, let me see here. Third-round NFL salary. You're going to see something less than $6 million. Let's see here. Players picked in the third round can expect to make $5 million for the duration of their contract, Joe.
That's not much, dude. That's a league minimum, man, that they're getting.
4 years, $6 million.
That ain't
So
nothing.
he could go make 4 years, $6 million playing for the Raiders, or go make $6 million this year playing for it. Now, Ben's saying that it's clickbait and whatnot. Maybe it is clickbait, but it's also actual and factual, because the fact of the matter is that he does have eligibility left, and he does have the ability to go back into college. Caleb Williams made so much money at USC in NIL. Are you telling me that Notre Dame would not look at this guy? You tell me that Georgia wouldn't.
Oh,
that,
yeah, they would.
That Mississippi State wouldn't. That North Carolina wouldn't. Of course they would. Of course they would.
Yeah,
Would he get 6? Maybe not. But the same people who were reporting on this, Yahoo Sports, The Athletic, and whatnot, they were saying that $6 million is a little bit high, but his actual NIL value, according to experts in this field, is 4.5.
Oh man, look at Midtown Texas. Mike looks down on third round salaries. Oh,
I was missed. I was missed.
Oh God, here we go. You know, that's that's funny. I'm sorry I didn't say. What was it that you that joke that they have with you all the time? Your W-2s.
Oh yeah, it's almost a 1099s.
1099. Oh, shit.
Joe, I missed you, man. I missed this show, man. It is. But the fact of the matter is that Quinn Ewers does have a year of eligibility left, and he can make money. But it's all about draft stock, man. If he has a promise from a team to go in the first round, obviously you go to the NFL. But he can improve his draft stock, Joe, by just going back into college, taking a Notre Dame, taking North Carolina to a big bowl game, and showing that he could do it on different offenses. He'd be a surefire first rounder at that point. It's not like the NBA right now, where the NBA it's like you have to be 19 when you're drafted. Yeah. The NFL, they don't care if you're 22 or 23.
Yeah, Mario Cavazos has an incoming chat right here. Comment. He says, "So what's the deal with UTSA star players moving into the transfer portal? They don't have the money, right?" And that's the thing with UTSA, because UTSA is a smaller program. At the end of the day, they just don't have the funds to go ahead and compete on that level with the talent.
Joe, we're AAA.
Mike, I mean, come on. You've seen the baseball field. Come on, bro.
Dude, Northwest Little League on Bandera and Pass Road is a better field than UTSA's on campus when they're taking on Texas State, when they're taking on nationally ranked programs out there. I would rather see UTSA play at Northwest Little League.
Hey,
there are CYO parks. And this is not joking. There are CYO parks and ballparks here in town that are nicer than UTSA's.
Man, they got a nicer field right here off of Culebra, dude. Right off of Culebra, right past the Bush's Chicken, right by that Pirates Cove car wash. They have a little league park there. It looks better, dude. There's another one right off of Highway 151 as you're coming back.
Dude, the high school facilities, man, like Gus Stadium, where Paul Taylor Fieldhouse is, where Northside, they play baseball and softball there. It's better than what UTSA has. It's crazy. And I think people think that we're exaggerating.
No,
Joe,
man. Go there and look. My daughter goes there.
It's bad.
On
a scale of 1 through 10, it's a 1.
They do, man. And the funny thing is they try to kind of hide it because they have those banners on the fence. But then when you look at the field, you're like, this is what they play on, bro? Like, for real?
It's like an uneven field. The turf isn't even like level, It takes hops.
The thing is too, Mike, when you look at the state of the basketball program out there, man, I mean, they need a new facility, Mike. How old is that building that they play in, dude?
The basketball one's awful.
Woo,
the Convocation Center. Again, I referee high school basketball. I go to Northside Stadium. It's better than the Convocation Center. Matt Lerma asking how my Lululemon polo looks. This is actually Tommy Bahama.
Hey, tell me Bahama makes some good
Mr.
stuff,
Bahama.
man.
Oh, they do, but I didn't spend high dollar on this. You know how much I spent on this polo, Joe? This is guys talk. I bought this shirt brand new at a consignment store for $12 when it normally goes for 100.
Damn.
Brand new in the
What's the
Woodlands.
name of the plug that store again? You said where you get all
Up,
the stuff?
Uptown Cheapskate.
Yeah, there you go.
There's one on 1604 in Culebra, right next to the Home Depot, and then there's one right next to the Flying Saucer in Hebner Oaks. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, I buy off the rack also. I mean, I buy it from the store, but these high-end places will have brand new clothes, high-end brands, and
Yeah.
just people just didn't wear them. And, they have the tags on them and everything. So cool.
Look at this. This is funny. Jacob Eric, the QR codes they flash when somebody does a good play to donate money, shaking my head. He's talking about UTSA.
Remember back in the day at VJ Key Field over at St. Mary's when the
yeah.
Missions would play?
Yeah.
When they'd hit a home run, they'd bring a bucket around so that you can give the player $1. Tragic.
That's what they're doing here. But you know what? I mean, in all honesty, man, UTSA did leave it up to the students, right? Hey, do you want us to increase your tuition so we can go ahead and get some more money here for the sports program? And they all unanimously said, nah, F that, dude. They don't want to raise their tuition.
Yeah. Mario's asking, am I drinking a Coke? I'm drinking a Coke Zero. Coke Zero. Zero sugar. Joe, do you have a New Year's resolution?
I do, man. Actually, my New Year's resolution is to start living healthier and losing weight this year. So my goal for this year is I want to lose anywhere between 40 to 60 pounds. Yeah. And I'm actually going to wind up getting some assistance here because I'm going to wind up getting some a nutritionist involved, and they're going to help me eat better. And I'm going to be working out a lot this year. And the other thing is I'm going to try those GLP-1 injections, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's kind of pricey, dude. I'm not gonna lie. It's like $200 a month, but I mean, hey, got to get healthy, bro.
Oh no, I know people who are on that, man. They've lost a ton of weight. I'm upset because I gained 6 pounds during the holidays, so I'm from being down 25 to now being down just 19. But I'm back down to 20. Right?
We'll talk it up to love weight because you're out there going out to eat with Chica and whatnot.
No, it's Barbados, dude. It was vacation. It was Thanksgiving. It was Christmas Eve. It was Christmas. It was New Year's Eve. It was all of that, dude. So I went out yesterday and I went to Hot Works. I did a workout over there, did a walk. Instead of doing a year-long New Year's resolution, I'm going to do 12 30-day resolutions. And today's resolution is going to be to walk 75 miles on my app. The Walk My Map My Walk app.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. People are asking the question, what are consignment stores? Okay.
It's like what is it? Peter's Closet, for example, is a good one.
Okay. So let me explain this, Joe. You know how like there's like really high-end steak, right? There is the high-end steak of like, you could go and get one over at Morton's or at Ruth's Chris, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the low-end steak, which is still good, but you go to Outback, you go to Chili's, right? There's a difference between the two, right? I don't go to the low-end consignment stores, right? The most common consignment store that you'll find is Goodwill. And don't get me wrong, I have found a thing or two from there over the years, but it's like a needle in a haystack, right? You go over there ain't nothing there except for some randomness, right? That might pop up. I one time found a really good dress shirt there.
Really?
Yeah. One time one time went out there. But there are higher end ones. You mentioned Plato's Closet. Okay, that's cool. But Uptown, Cheapskate, and all that stuff, they only deal with brand name clothes. You're not getting, clothes from Kohl's there. You're not getting clothes from JCPenney. You're getting or Burlington Coat Factory. They only deal in high-end clothing that people don't want. And it has to be of like really good condition. You're not getting anything ratty. You're getting something that either has never been worn or has only been worn once or twice. You can tell, right? And there's certain sides of town. Alamo Ranch has one. You have a lot of them on Broadway, going up to Terrell Hills and Alamo Heights. You have some in Stone Oak. People, dude, this shirt has $100, dude. It's $100 shirt. I bought 4 of them, 4 different colors, right? They're $100 each. You go online, they had brand new tags on them, Joe. They had never been worn before in their entire lives.
No.
$12 each.
Look at this. Sam Salinas, no irregulars like what they used to sell at Solo Serve.
Solo Serve? No. No.
Well, Mike never went to Solo Serve. Remember that one?
Never did. I'm assuming I know. I'm assuming Solo Serve is kind of like Ross, right? But don't get me wrong, I do go to the store and get it off the rack. But you know, my girl likes to call it bougie on a budget.
Yeah.
You know, we go out, we look at the different stores, and Macy's and whatnot will have their clearance items and stuff like that. I mean, it's brand new clothes. It's all that stuff, but it's getting the most that you can, the best that you can. You know, off of sales, clearance, all that stuff, dude. It's good brand stuff, man.
I love
I
that,
like this shirt.
by the way. When you're like, oh, I never went to Solo Serve as a kid. I was like, no, bro.
I never did.
You never went to Wieners, La Feria? You never went to any of those stores?
La Feria, no. I've heard of it, but never went.
What about Mervin's, bro? You went to Mervin's back in the day.
Went to Mervin's. Mervin's and Montgomery Ward, yes. So people are asking, like, you know, asking this whole thing about consignment shops, like donated and stuff like that. It's not like donated, dude. It's not. It's a lot of it is people buy clothes that don't fit them, got them as gifts, and just don't want them, and they go off and go over there. I think that consignment stores, people think it's like Goodwill or it's like Salvation. You go over there, it's high-end fashion for like pennies on the dollar.
I mean,
and people don't realize those stores exist.
We might have to add them on as a sponsor, Mike.
People don't realize that it exists, dude.
You're already wearing the clothes, so there you go.
I mean, dude. Okay, first of all, would I rather have this shirt for $100, or know that somebody wore it maybe once or never at all, and get it for 10 or 12?
What if somebody wore it, man, and they just put it, you know, wash it, and then they go ahead and sell it, and they had skins, man. You can get
they have when they look at those clothes, dude. It's not Goodwill, dude. Goodwill will sell fucking anything, dude. They look at it and they go, "Is this quality material? Is this quality done?" This is it's a different type of thing.
So I take it you go to Goodwill, you go. They say Goodwill. Mike goes, ugh. Throw up in my mouth. Goodwill.
There ain't nothing at Goodwill worth wearing, dude. Ain't nothing there.
Oh,
you know what? I found a tie there one time that I bought. I found a tie and I found a dress shirt one time.
Goodwill has some good stuff, dude. I brought a pair of Dockers there. I still have, and they still fit me, dude.
Do you know what my girlfriend says? They have a lot of, and we went there. We went to Goodwill maybe about 3 or 4 weeks ago. I bought her some flowers, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, "I need a vase." And I was like, "Okay, where are we gonna go?" And she goes, "We go to Goodwill." She goes, "Goodwill has the vases, and they're like $1 or $2, man." You know, we're gonna have Valentine's Day coming up, right? And everyone's spending all this money not only for the flowers but for the vase and all that. Dude, just go to Goodwill. They've got a ton of them there, dude. They're like $1 each. Go grab one.
Balling on a budget, your nephew says.
That's right, baby. That's right.
Mike buys his clothes from FBI raids. You never went to Falas Paredes?
The hell's that?
Oh, Mike, man. Come on, dude.
No, I did Bells.
All right.
Do I get some props for Bells? You know what I'm going to do?
That Shoppers World.
Do you know what I'm going to do? What I'm going to do? We're all going to just go meet over at Uptown Cheapskate, dude. We're all going to go meet over there, and we're going to have a grand old time. Everyone bring $50. We'll get 3 items. Make it so. Make it so.
You know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to plan out this party for going over 2,000 subscribers now.
That's true.
You know, we're going to have to plan that out already because the listeners have spoken, Mike, and they want to do karaoke.
I did karaoke in Barbados.
What did you sing?
I sang, it was the last song of the night. My girlfriend chose it. I was like, "Babe, it's a duet." She goes, "People will sing along the other part for you. Just go sing your part. The girls will sing it like in the crowd, or the guys, whatever, right?" It was Keith Sweat's "Nobody."
Nobody.
Nobody but me. And then
Oh my!
I want your body to the very last drop.
Dude, you would have had me dying if you were up there
I
singing.
want
And
you
I
to
thought,
holler when you want me to stop. I was drunk. I was drunk off my ass, dude. Francesca and I were drunk bowling in Barbados. It was proof that it's not a real sport because we kept on getting strikes and spares drunk off our
"Jeez,
ass.
bro, look like y'all were having a good time out there at the bowling alley, dude. I could tell
Yeah,
Mike had a little too much in him. The
yeah. We'll
eyes
do
don't lie.
karaoke.
Yeah, when you're out there doing the bowling with Francesca, I was like, the eyes don't lie, Mike.
We were in love and in drunk.
Yeah, you were little. Yeah, you had a little too much.
Very nice. Hey, let's talk about the Spurs, man.
No,
Uh,
do
dude.
we have to, man?
All right, the Spurs are above 500. We should all be happy that they are. Who would have thought they'd be above 500 at the new year? Stefon Castle in the is he in the doghouse?
He's
Stefon
been
Castle.
sparingly.
When we left this program, Joe, and we went on our 2-week break, Stefon Castle was the number 1 pick on the NBA rookie ladder to win Rookie of the Year. And ever since then, what happened? Ever since then, they've decided to play him, let's see here, 13 minutes against Philly, 17 against the Knicks, 19 against Brooklyn, 8 minutes, dude, 8 minutes against Minnesota. They finally unleashed him for 23 back on New Year's Eve against the Clippers. I almost feel as though, Joe, they have no desire to have him win Rookie of the Year. I even think, Joe, that it's in the team's best interest money-wise for him not to win Rookie of the Year. Would they be willing to screw him over that way, like the Cowboys screw over their players? Because he wins Rookie of the Year, he gets clout. He wins Rookie of the Year. When he has to re-up his contract, he can say, dude, that was Rookie of the Year. I honestly think they don't want back-to-back Rookie of the Years. Because what else is out there? Why did he lose his minutes? I know Sohan came back. I know Vassell came back. But why the hell is he losing minutes to Trey Jones? Get the F out of here. Trey Jones ain't going to be on this team next season. Why is he losing minutes to Trey Jones?
Trey Jones,
Something happened, Joe. Something happened. He's in the doghouse, and he's not even the 6th man. He's not even the 7th man. Not even the 8th man. Joe, he's the 10th man on the team now.
maybe
2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, he was in contention and in the driver's seat for Rookie of the Year. What happened? What happened?
Look at that. Chris Gonzalez says, I think Pop made a phone call about Castle.
Wouldn't doubt it.
You know, the thing is, you know what's going to be Trey Jones' name next season, Mike? Gone. He's going to be gone next season.
Yeah.
He's not going to be around. You know, I think they're going to go ahead and keep Castle. But the kid should be playing more minutes. I mean, he's a damn good player. I don't know what the issue is. You know, they go and they roll out one Jeremy Sohan, and I know all the fans are enamored with Jeremy Sohan. I'm still here, Sohan. I love Sohan. What happened when he had the opportunity to win a game? He bet again with the fucking 3-point shot, dude. Come on, bro. If that was Stefon Castle.
You know those gifs of that guy chunking those 3-pointers, hitting the backboard only, no rim? Sohan missed the entire rim.
Yeah, man. I'm like, God, dude.
Now, he did have a game earlier in the last couple of weeks where he was 3 for 3 from 3-pointers. And he increased his average went from 18 to 28%, still bad, right? But man, what was he even doing in the game at that point, Joe? They're down 2 points. They need a score.
Put in Castle, dude. Pull him, man. He ain't no damn good out there in crunch time, dude. If you get the ball Sohan with like 10 seconds left on the clock, go ahead and make a shot. That brother ain't gonna knock it down. Be real, man.
What was he doing camping at the 3-point line?
He was trying to get the ball to Harrison Barnes, dude.
Did you notice that the on that one play that when he tried passing the ball to Barnes, the defender was like, no, I got the passing lane. Just shoot.
Hey,
Just shoot. We want you to shoot it. And
That
what
was a
happened?
good play by
Off the
DiVincenzo.
backboard from 25 feet.
What's that brother's name? DiVincenzo. He's the one that went ahead and was out there. That's a good heads up play by him. He stopped the passing lane. He went into the passing lane and forced Sohan to shoot the three. And he's like, "That's it, game over." You know, he already knew it.
Yeah. If we're gonna have somebody shoot a three, it ain't gonna be Harrison Barnes and his 38% accuracy.
Yeah,
it's gonna be Mr. 18% over here. And dude, the number of like gifts that came out of that and the number of jokes that came out of it, it wasn't so much that he missed it, it's how bad he missed it. I mean, he missed it by like feet. It wasn't a game of inches. He missed that shot by feet.
But I'm still here, Sohan. You know?
He hustles so much, man. I wish everybody on the team had his heart, had his drive, had his swagger. I really do. But at the end of the day, man, the guy's a complete liability the last 2 minutes of a close game. He ain't a shot, dude. You're 4-on-5 when it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, he gets a dunk. His effective field goal shooting percentage is up to 55.5%, which is closer to where we need it to be. We need to be in that 56, 57 range. He's getting there. He's getting there because he's not shooting threes.
Look at
but
that.
Again, but it just shows he doesn't make anything outside of 1 foot.
David Outwater. Sohan has a huge hit in that shot.
Dude, that's the hitch of hitches.
That's Elaine from Seinfeld dancing, dude. That's what that looks like. Man, I told you all this before. That's his shot.
Dude, like how is that? How are you? And I don't want to hear it. Well, he's a young player. Dude, he's in year 3 of the NBA, dude. Come on. Enough of this shit about the Spurs young core. They're not young anymore. Devin Vassell's been in the league for like 6 years, right? Keldon's been on there for so long.
What did Chris Paul say? You got to stop with that young nonsense already. You know, you got to start calling them out.
Yeah. Matt Larimer's going to. Oh well, he can play defense. Great. He's a one-sided player.
I'm still here, Sohan.
He's a one-sided player. I'm still here, Sohan. At that point, when you needed a bucket, he was in the game, and he showed that he can't get a bucket.
Man, you don't want to believe in this Sohan so bad.
He can go get a dunk. He can go get a layup. And that's 99% of his shot attempts right now. And shots made are dunks and layups. But other than that, do you know what he is, Joe? Do you know, now that I think about it?
What is he?
He's a less productive Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin was all about the flashy dunks and all about the putbacks and all that stuff. Blake Griffin sucked outside of 5 feet.
I'm going to let in some light here to Spurs fan to show you how much Jeremy Sohan cares about the game, right? This brother has been seen out in public an hour and a half, 2 hours before tip-off at the club.
At the club?
At the club. And then what does he do? He goes straight from the club to the game. How game ready do you think he is, man? Come on. Mm-hmm. I mean, this is something that not only some of my good friends have seen and observed, and it's been known around town. I mean, if you're out there in the who's, the good places to be in and around town, you'll see him out there. Like I said, an hour and a half, 2 hours before tip-off, still at the club, and you're like, didn't this brother play for the Spurs? Why is he still here?
Mexican Junior saying Blake Griffin's post game was better than Sohan's. That's what I'm saying. He is less talented. And don't give me Matt Larimer coming out with Sohan as Dennis Rodman. Enough of that shit.
If he really wants to buy, he can go buy his hair. It's going for $1,000 right now on
He's
eBay.
A wannabe Dennis Rodman, dude. Dennis Rodman was on a different level, different category. Don't even start. You know where they're alike. Neither of them could play offense. That's where they're like. Neither of them could shoot. Please, enough with this Dennis Rodman. Enough with this Draymond Green comparison. Because Draymond can make a bucket outside 3 feet if he wanted to.
But he has green hair, Mike.
He's got green hair. Absolute liability when it counts, dude. I mean, think about that. Imagine saying, dude, we have this player. He's really, really good. We all love him. But, if it's a tie game with 2 minutes to go, you don't want him out there.
Yeah. You know why they're playing Zach Collins right now as well? All of a sudden he's DNP, and then all of a sudden they start inserting him. You think Spurs fans would put 2 and 2 together? This is what's going on with this brother. They probably shopped him around and said, let's see who's interested in doing a trade with us for Collins. You know what happened? Everybody said, nah, we good. So they have to play him again. We're like, sorry, bro. We shopped you around. Nobody wanted your ass.
And he's getting stats, dude. He gets stats
Yeah.
because he, like I said, he does certain things pretty good. He's a good finisher on layups, dude. Like finishing breaks, stuff like that. He's pretty good at that, right?
Yeah.
But he has no turnaround jumper. He has no bank shot. He has no 3-point attempt, 3-point shooting ability. I mean, what's the opposite of a stretch five? A stretch four? He's a condensed four.
Cadets.
Is that what he is?
Mike Lerma. Matt Lerma says, I like how Mike absolutely hates the Sohan dyes his hair. It's the funniest thing.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Crash Davis on Bull Durham when he's making fun of Nuke because Nuke had like really awful shoes, and he had his bath shoes for taking a shower. He was saying, you have fungus all over them, right? And he goes, if you win 20 games of the majors, that's fine. Because if you win 20 games of the majors, they're going to think that you're just a colorful guy. But if you don't win 20 games of the majors, they're just going to think you're just disgusting, right?
Look at this. The fans want us to talk stats, Mike, so we'll go ahead and talk some stats. This is what happened in the Spurs game against the Clippers. You had
which was a blowout on New Year's Eve. It was a great game.
So you had Harrison Barnes, putting up 11 points. Jeremy Sohan, I'm still here, Sohan. 15 minutes, 4 points. That's what your brother did right there.
And you know what? He did that. Those 4 points were like back to back. Wemby had 27 points. Castle had 15 points. Oh my God! Look, Castle. Dude, I was on Twitter watching what people were posting on there that are not Spurs Twitter people, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of them were asking the question, why is Castle not playing more minutes? The rest of the NBA is looking at Stefon Castle going, we wish we had that guy. We played him 8 minutes against Minnesota. The rest of the league is looking at this guy going, this guy's a baller. He's their second or third best player in the entire team. Why are the Spurs muzzling him for some reason? Why are the Spurs playing Trey Jones so many minutes? Trey Jones, again, will not be on this team next season.
Gone.
Why? And asking if Castle got the start against the Clippers. He did not. Sohan does have a back injury. So he tweaked his back and missed the second half of the game against the Clippers. Notice the Spurs played better without him.
That's what happens, Mike, when you're at the club.
Joe, I miss the days of a starting lineup of Chris Paul, Castle, Champagny, Barnes, and Wemby. I miss those days, Joe.
Jeremy Sohan hurt his back. Good.
So watching the game on New Year's Eve on TV, and my girlfriend's sitting on the couch next to me watching the game with me, and she sees Champagne's name. She's okay with the Spurs.
Yeah.
She doesn't really follow the NBA very much, but when she does, she follows the Spurs. She goes, "The guy named Champagne." I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Man, can you imagine if I was married to him? My name would be Francesca Champagne." She goes, "That's a great name."
Champagne, popping bottles. That's what what's his name? Fernandez calls him.
Yeah.
Popping bottles. He's in town actually as well. So yeah, he's in town. So maybe we can get him on the show tomorrow. Are you gonna be in studio tomorrow?
Tomorrow, no, but I will be on Monday.
Okay, so you're gonna be over there for the rest of the week and then come back on Monday.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be back in town this weekend.
Okay, cool. So we'll see if we can get Fernandez in here in studio with us, and you'll be remote, so we can go ahead and talk some Spurs. And look at Tony Ornelas. Well, Joe, what's your source for Sohan at the club, bro? I can't even tell you how many people have already told me about this dude. I've even had friends of mine who have had their, let's say, kids at the freaking club, and their kids are like 20-something years old, and they've even said the same thing. Hey, man, you know who we saw at the club 2 hours before the Spurs tipped off the game? Jeremy Sohan. He leaves like an hour before tip off. He goes, and I guess I'm gonna have to suit up after the brother been down in some drinks and stuff at the club. Like, come on, man.
So Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5 already giving us crap. Oh my God, dude! Swiss posted a photo of me Photoshopping me in a Rockets jersey.
Jesus. There you go. There you go.
Space City Mike is what they're saying.
Yep. Is that what Jeff is running with now?
Yeah.
A source
And then,
from
Jeff
a
giving us
said.
crap for talking about clothes.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is too. Look at this. Tony Ornelas is laughing. A source from a source said, "No, like I know people that
The
own
dude with
clubs."
the green hair. The dude with the green hair. It's kind of hard to not spot, right?
Yeah.
It's the same guy that crashed into a barricade over on I-10 at 1604. That dude.
Yeah. I was like, y'all gonna find out, man. It's like sooner or later, what happens is the luck will run out. You know? Mm-hmm. And be like, well, he got in an accident. Yeah, what? How long? How many minutes before tip off? Because he's on his way from the club to the
Now,
front.
what club was open at 5 in the afternoon? That's what I want to know.
Yeah,
That's what I want to know.
Places downtown, bro. I'm just telling you, man. Just it's been known. He's a party animal, dude.
He's 21. I don't blame him. I wouldn't blame him at all. Hey, tonight Notre Dame is favored against. As I say tonight, it's a 3 p.m. Kickoff. Notre Dame is favored by 1 over Georgia. Are you surprised that Notre Dame's favored over a Georgia team that I know they have 2 losses, but it's Georgia, and they're playing in the South.
I don't know, man. It's surprising to me that Notre Dame is favored because Georgia. I just think Georgia's a better team. I think Georgia's going to win this game.
Over-under is 45, so Vegas has this as a low-scoring game. They picture this as a 23, 22, 24, 21 type of game. I don't know, man. I see fireworks in this game.
I think Georgia's going to blow them out the water, dude.
I hope so, dude. I hope so. I hate Notre Dame, dude. I hate Notre Dame so much.
What do they call it? Notre Dame.
Yeah, if you were to give me like the rankings of teams that I hate the most, Joe.
Yeah.
Let's have this conversation about the teams we hate the most, right? Just programs or whatnot. Number 1 for me, the Dallas Cowboys. Fucking hate the Cowboys, okay?
Dollar, Mike, dollar.
Number 2, I'm going to say Notre Dame. Number 3, I'm going to go ahead and say the Lakers. Number 4, the Yankees. And I'll say number 5, and people are going to be all like, oh, he's just saying this. I really can't stand the Rockets.
Oh, but you're
there's a big gulf between 4 and 5, though. Like, I really can't stand the Yankees. The Rockets, I'm like, I don't like them. But, yeah, that's where we go. That's where I go.
You got to tell Francesca now your new nickname, Space City Jimenez. She'll get a kick out of that, dude.
That's so funny.
Yeah. We're going to have to go ahead and give some love here, man. We'll go ahead and give some love to MCS General Contracting to start the new year, man.
Let's do it.
MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That Diamond Heart Concrete, Joe.
Yeah, and they go ahead and power the chat. So if you want to go ahead and get a pickleball court, you want to go ahead and get a landing like Mike has at his home, or you want to go ahead and get a basketball court in your backyard or parking lot, make sure you call Christopher Leha, MCS General Contracting, numbers 210-774-9155.
Take a look at Jeff Garcia's Twitter account right now. He has a post right now from the Bill Simmons podcast off the Ringer. Bill Simmons with a hot take involving your San Antonio Spurs, saying the Spurs should trade for the Pelican star Zion Williamson, who reportedly is on the trade block. And he says that, quote, if the NBA saw the NBA reaction of Zion going to the Spurs would be, oh, shit. That's a quote. from Bill Simmons.
Let's go ahead and show that, man. This is him talking about it. We'll go ahead and see if we can share the audio real quick. Let me go ahead and get everything set up so we can do that. All right, let's play the audio.
I get your point. Those franchises are like, hey, this could be an incredible roll of the dice. To me, he has to go to an awesome organization that will really put some thought and love and care into this. And to me, it's Miami or San Antonio. And then San Antonio is one of those, like if San Antonio traded for Zion, guess what the reaction in the league would be? Oh, shit.
Right.
That would be it. It's like, oh, no. Wemby and Zion? Oh, no.
Okay, so Zion Williamson was the number 1 overall pick back in 2019. And it was one of those things where you look at him, and everyone knew coming out of Duke that the guy was a man-child. The guy was so stellar in college, but everyone asked the question, was he of the right size to play in the NBA? The guy was too big, man. The guy was too fat to play in the NBA.
He's already that big, man. Mike, can you imagine if he comes to San Antonio? Come on, bro. The dude's going to balloon up, man. It's over.
So his first season in the league, 82 games, right? Misses 48. Now he does play 61 games the year after that, but the third year of his career, missed 43 games. This year has played in only 6. He has missed about 60 to 65% of the games he could have played in. But when he's out there, he averages 24.6 points per game, averages 6.5 rebounds, and over 4 assists. The guy's a star when he's out there. For his career, averaging 23, 8, and 5.
When healthy.
I'm sorry, that this year, 23, 8, and 5. Like I said, when healthy. He's out right now with a hamstring injury. But he has been practicing. He also missed the entire season in 21-22. Good God, man. He has played in 6 seasons, Joe. 190 games.
Nah, man. Spurs are going to take a hard pass on that dude. Why in the hell would you want to trade the farm for a player who's going to be consistently injured and miss a ton of games? Nah.
Well, we had Kawhi Leonard doing that. Dude, if I'd ask you the question, how old Zion Williamson, what would you say he is?
Probably 24, 23.
He's 24.
Damn.
He is 24 years old.
But the wear and tear on the body because of his size, probably more like 32, 33.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, you do it if it's cheap. You do it if you do it for a couple of second rounders. I wouldn't do it for a first rounder at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
Zion will be seen 2 hours, according to Midtown Texas, 2 hours before the game at Taquerias.
He's gonna be like, yeah, I want 3 carne asada with cheese to go, and I want a big red. Oh God, dude.
You know, I'm not saying that I want him to be here. What I am saying is that, well, what's the cost?
Yeah.
What's the price? Is the price a couple of second rounders? Fine. Because you know what a second round draft pick is worth? Nothing. It really is worth nothing. And then you're going to hear all the people go, Manu was a second rounder and Nikola Jokic was and Draymond Green. Yeah, you could pick 3 or 4 names out of like the last 800 that were drafted, right? More often than not, they're Trey Joneses. More often than not, they're City Sissokos. More often than not, they are of that caliber.
What even happened to the Spurs first round picks? Luka Samanic. You know, I mean, Primo. All these dudes, man, that didn't pan out. You know, Lonnie Walker. Where are they at? They gone. You know, so even first round picks don't pan out.
Part of it would also be, what is it going to cost to keep a Zion Williamson? Because I'm looking at his contract right now. He's under contract through the 27-28 season. Ooh, hard pass, Joe. Hard pass. Makes $36 million this year, and the contract ends at 44.8.
Nah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
It's not. See, if it's about talent, you trade for him. But if it's about factoring the cap in, no, you don't do it. You don't do it. But then again, I asked myself the question, Joe. What are the players that we have worth? Because the Spurs always talk about this nonsense about how we have cap space, but they never use it. Right? We use it on an aging Chris Paul and an aging Harrison Barnes. But they don't use it to actually get anybody who's going to be a part of the future of this team.
Yeah. They need another superstar, man. They need another
Right.
superstar to stay competitive. And we've said this enough, Mike, and I don't think the Spurs fans fully understand the full gravity of this. But in order to go ahead and remain competitive in the highly contested Western Conference, the teams that are up there, what do they have in common? They have more than one star on their team. Spurs only got Wemby and a bunch of guys. That ain't gonna cut it, dude.
Well, Joe, I'm looking at NBA.com. This is the article that was written about 2 months ago. And it was talking about how players who extended their contract before their last season, right?
Yeah.
So the Spurs have a team option on Sohan, Branham, and Wesley for next season. And they're obviously going to extend Sohan, right? But there were some players who signed an extension from their rookie deal before this season started, right? And that extension deadline is a week before the season begins. Look at these salaries that these players got, Joe. Now, Cade Cunningham was the number 1 overall pick in 2021.
Yeah.
5 years, 224. That's like $44 million a year, 44.8.
It's a lot.
Jalen Green of the Rockets was the number 2 overall pick. 3 years, 106. That's $34 million, $35 million. Evan Mobley, just like Cade Cunningham, 5 years, 224. The number 4 pick in the draft, 5 years, 224. The number 5 pick in the draft, 5 years, 150. That's Jalen Suggs. Franz Wagner, who was the number 8 pick in the draft, Joe. This is where Sohan was drafted 9. Franz Wagner re-upped for 5 years, 224. 224 divided by 5, $44.8 million. Other players, Corey Kispert, Alperen Şengün, who was the number 16 pick in the draft, 5 years, 185. So we're going to use that as a template there. 185 divided by 5, that's $37 million a year.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the Spurs offering Sohan $37 million a year?
Nope. Pass. Hard pass.
His going rate's probably 30, Joe.
Look at this, Sam.
He's a
Salinas.
restricted free agent at the end of not the end of next season, not the end of this season, the end of next season.
Next season. Sam Salinas is saying, wait, we have players who have grit, hustle, and heart. That's got to be worth something in the trade market, right?
Mm-hmm.
No. What do you think Sohan's going rate is in the trade market? Spurs want to go ahead and trade for him. Trade him off to another team. How attractive would he be?
I would say Sohan is probably worth a pick somewhere between 8 and 15. First round pick.
Yeah. If you package him up with some other players like Keldon, for example, or Vassell, or even let's say Collins.
It also depends on like how strong a draft is. Maybe this year he's worth a pick of 10 through 15, but if it was last year, he'd probably be a top 5 kind of guy because last year's draft sucked.
Look at that.
We have a $5 super chat coming in from Ice T He saying Zion has to play 61 games this year, not happening for his contract to become fully guaranteed. They're gonna waive him. Bill Simmons don't know ball. Thank you for the super chat, man.
Yeah, thanks so much. And I haven't seen the name before, so thank you so much for joining the show. We appreciate you. That's a good point because I've thought about this for a number of years already. Zion not living up to the billing, that he was given by the New Orleans Pelicans. At some point in time, you got to just say this isn't working out, and just cut your losses, man. Even if you got to go ahead and take a bath, I mean,
well, if it's not guaranteed, I mean, they're just letting it run its course. It reminds me of the movie Office Space. We didn't fire him; we just fixed the glitch, and that's what they're doing right there.
Yeah, man. I mean, at the end of the day, I think what's going to happen with the Pelicans and Zion is they're going to just part ways. And unfortunately for Zion Williamson, if he does get picked up by another team, he ain't going to be a starter.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be coming off the bench.
Let's give some love to Jeff Garcia from Locked On Spurs and Ken's 5, your source of silver and black news.
Locked on Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked on Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked on Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked on Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
That's right. I subscribe on Spotify and YouTube, and you should as well. More than 5,000 subscribers strong. Again, subscribe to Locked on Spurs and follow him at Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter and on Threads. Joe, we're entering the last week of the play of the regular season for the NFL.
Yeah, we sure are.
And lots of things going on right now. I mean, first and foremost, the Eagles have locked in as the number 2 seed in the NFC. And the winner of Sunday night's game between Detroit and Minnesota is going to be the number 1 overall seed. Joe, there's going to be a team that's 14-3 that's going to have to go on the road.
Jeez.
Doesn't that suck? And you know the Lions are going to lose, Joe. You know they're going to lose. They're that snake-bitten team. You know they're going to be the team that's 14-3 and have to go on the road. You know what's going to happen.
They're going to go on the road. And the thing is with the Lions is that we've said enough. This team is banged up. They've been riddled with injury. And
Right.
what's going to happen is they're going to get exposed, man. I think they're not going to be able to get past their opponent. And when it
They're
comes
hurt.
yeah, they're hurt, dude. They're hurting. So they're going to be one of these teams that's going to be highly touted in the regular season. But when it comes to the playoffs, they're done.
So what you're telling me, Joe, is that the matchup that you see here, let's see here, the 17 plays a 2, the 3 plays a 6. So you're telling me that Baker Mayfield's gonna slice and dice the Lions?
I think he can. I absolutely believe.
I don't want to play Baker in the playoffs, man.
No, man. Baker's a hell of a player, man. He's got his team playing at a high level. They're a scrappy team. They can keep up with you. And if you give them a chance, they'll surprise the shit out of you. And I think that's what's going to happen with the Lions. They're going to send them home packing, bro. Money line.
Look at this, man. The Commanders and the Packers both at 11-5, battling for that 6 and 7 spot. The Rams are pretty much locked into the 3 spot with a 10-6 record. Over in the AFC, Kansas City, 15-1. It's going to go through them. It's going to go through Arrowhead. Buffalo locked into the number 2 spot with a 13-3 record. The Ravens locked into the 3 spot with an 11-5 record. Then you have the Houston Texans with a 9-7 record. I told you they suck, dude. They're at number 4. You've got the Steelers and the Chargers at 5-6. The drama that's going on right now in the NFC is who's going to be the division champion of the NFC South, because the Buccaneers are sitting there at 9-7. The Falcons are there at 8-8. Falcons need to win, and the Bucs need to lose in order for the Falcons to leapfrog.
Falcons going to lose, bro. They fool's gold.
There are 3 teams fighting for the last spot in the AFC. Denver in the driver's seat. Denver wins, and they're in. If they don't win, Miami and Cincinnati are sitting there at 8-8. Cincinnati, who was dead in the water 4 weeks ago, has won 4 in a row and is now 8-8. Joe Burrow having himself a season. But that's funny. The other thing to talk about also is the fact that Saquon Barkley has decided to sit out this game this weekend, 101 yards away from the all-time rushing record for a single season, with that record that's belonged to Eric Dickerson for 4 decades. He could have gone out and gotten that record. He decided just to call it a season and just wait for the playoffs. Joe, your thoughts on that?
I think it's a smart move. Why would you want to go ahead and play the last game and get injured?
A.J. Brown got hurt for the Eagles a couple of years ago.
Exactly, man.
In a meaningless game. I can see why some fans would be upset, because they're like, we want to see the record broken. We want that record to belong to the Eagles. But remember, he sat out a game in the second half earlier this season. He said, let the young guys eat.
Yeah.
He could have already broken the record. But Saquon, dude, I'm sorry, man. The regular season doesn't matter. It's all about the playoffs. It's all about the playoffs. They want to be healthy.
What happens when you start getting up there in age, right? And at the end of the day, you get perspective. You're like, you know what? Like you said, regular season is meaningless. I actually want to win when it comes to moving further along in the playoffs and maybe even going to that Super Bowl. You know, that's what players want at the end of the day. They could care less about records in the regular season when you're already getting of a certain age. You know, Saquon, he wants to win at the highest level, man. So I respect it.
Hey, did you see the Pro Bowl rosters were released today?
No.
NFL Pro Bowl rosters released today. Breaking news. The breaking news is that there's no Patrick Mahomes. The quarterbacks of the AFC, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. You can't argue against any of those three, dude. You really can't. Running backs, Derrick Henry, Joe Mixon of the Texans, Jonathan Taylor of the Colts. Fullback, Patrick Ricard of the Ravens. Receivers, Jamar Chase, Jerry Jeudy, Nico Collins of the Texans, and Zay Flowers. Tight ends, rookie Brock Bowers of the Raiders and Travis Kelce. Offensive line, Deion Dawkins of the Bills, Laramie Tunsil of the Texans, Rashawn Slater of the Chargers. Guard is Quentin Nelson, Joe Thuney, Trey Smith. Defensive end is Myles Garrett. Looking for other big names out here. Cornerbacks, Derek Stingley Jr. of the Houston Texans made it. Patrick Surtain of the Broncos. Minka Fitzpatrick of the Steelers. Let's go to the NFC. Quarterbacks, Joe. Wow. If I had told you that these were going to be the Pro Bowl quarterbacks of the NFC this year before the season started, you would have thought that I was a freaking idiot. But look at this. Jared Goff, Jaden Daniels, Sam Darnold.
Jeez, bro.
No Dak, no Aaron Rodgers for the Jets, no Brock Purdy. It is Goff, Daniels, and Darnold. Running backs, Saquon, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Josh Jacobs. Wide receivers, Justin Jefferson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Terry McLaurin. So we have one Cowboy right there. Kittle and McBride are the tight ends. Looking for Cowboys here. Tyler Smith of the Cowboys, offensive guard. Micah Parsons. And that's about it for the Cowboys, man. Oh, Brandon Aubrey. Oh, Kevontae Turpin. Special teams.
Even if Dak was healthy, do you think he'd be named to the Pro Bowl? Hell no.
Not this year, man.
No.
Not this year. Joe, what you got going on when it comes to pop culture, man? Do you watch anything on YouTube or Netflix or Hulu?
Yeah, so we got something to report for pop culture news, man. That's why I'm wearing my X-Wing fighter hat today. In memory of one, Angus McGinnis. He's a Star Wars actor that died at 77. He was in the original film. You know, he's the guy that says, stay on target, stay on target. Pour some out for the brother, man. He died at 77 years old, man. So, yeah, wearing this in remembrance of the great Angus McGinnis, man. So
R.I.P., man.
You know who he is.
R.I.P. I watched a movie on Hulu last night. It's the #1 movie on Hulu called Amber Alert, and it stars Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah.
Also stars one of the guys from what's that show on ABC? Oh my God. It's the one the teachers. I don't know, whatever it is, but Hayden Panettiere's in it.
Guess what I found the other day, Mike? Remember we're talking about fragrances, right, for men? Back in the 90s and all that. And I liked this fragrance, dude. I ain't gonna lie. It was a cologne, right? So I was doing some Christmas shopping, late, Christmas shopping, getting some last minute things before, I think it was a week and a half before Christmas. And we were already on winter break. So guess what came in? And I'm going to show you guys, dude. And you tell me what you think, Mike. This is a
great 90s. Polo Sport, my man.
Hey,
you're going to pull out a bottle of Jupe.
There you go. I got it. I was like, man, it smells like the 90s, Mike.
Dude, when I was at that church event, that Tejano event, it smelled like Old Spice and Brute in that place.
Oh, God, man. What was that one that they used to have back then? The musk. What was that one musk? Remember, it was in that little that little dark bottle. It smelled like
Yeah.
crap, dude. You would smell it all the time. Like if you went to the club, you were going to the Tejano clubs over on the south side, that Noche Caliente. The dudes would be spraying that stuff all over them, dude. It was nasty, dude. Disgusting.
He again with a $5 super chat saying, "Why so many Texans Pro Bowlers? They suck." Or so you say, Rocket Mike. Where are the Saints and Seahawks? The Cowboys? Forget about it. Well, some of the players that you see on the roster there for the like Stingley, for example,
Yeah.
and I mean Stingley is a lockdown DB, so there's nothing you can say about that. Also went to LSU, but on top of that, Nico Collins, before he got hurt, was on pace for 2,000 yards receiving. Nico Collins arguably could be, behind Jamar Chase, the second best receiver in the AFC. So he is definitely a Pro Bowler. Laramie Tunsil being a Pro Bowler makes perfect sense because he's one of the best offensive guards in all of the NFL. So you're really not gonna get away from those three. I didn't look to see if the Saints had any. I don't think the Saints deserve any, to be honest with you. The Saints only have 5 wins this year. And the fact of the matter is that right now, let me see here. Did my Saints have any Pro Bowlers? Let me see here. Saints. I see no names. Not really looking for them, but I see no names. But Brandon Aubrey making it is an interesting thing, man, because I mean the guy folded down the stretch, but I mean he was their best weapon that they had out there. I mean he's an amazing player.
Man, I like that they're already cooking you, dude, on Twitter, on the X.
Oh, what did I do wrong this time?
Oh no, just that Swiss put you up there in that Rockets jersey. Space City Mike.
Hey Joe, go on my Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Show the food that I put on there from like, I don't know, about 3 or 4 days ago.
Let's go ahead and see what you got cooking here. I'm going to go ahead and share it right now.
This was out in the Woodlands. My girlfriend's daughter wanted to go out to eat. Dude, click on some of that, dude. Look at those enchiladas. Not Tex-Mex, okay? I love me some Tex-Mex enchiladas. But this was like a authentic Mexican restaurant, like a fancy one. Dude, those things that's cauliflower, by the way.
Oh, I hate cauliflower, bro. Whoa.
I hate cauliflower too, but that was amazing.
Oh, I got chills thinking about it.
And then show the video.
All right.
Joe, this is delicious.
No, we got to kill the music. That's too ethnic for you, bro.
Does this expand it? Oh, Joe. Does that look delicious, Joe?
What is that? It looks like a pineapple with some carne.
Yeah, it's pork. Joe. Those some tasty eats, dude.
That's where you gained the 6 pounds. Right there on that dish alone.
My girlfriend didn't realize that the music was live. She just thought they were piping in music. And she goes, can they turn down the music? I'm like, well, the lady's singing like right there. She couldn't see because of a pillar that there was a lady there singing.
Fred said, you're gonna say, can you stop singing so loud?
It's too ethnic.
Too ethnic. Ruining my meal. Oh, Mike, dude.
So my girlfriend made fun of me the other day because we went to that mariachi event, and she says I was walking too close to the mariachis. How much buffer space do the mariachis need to have? Because I thought I was walking far enough away from them. She's like, "You're right in front of them," and I was like, I'm interfering with the music. Like the mariachis have like cords sticking out, like it's an electric guitar.
Yeah.
I'm like,
at least 2-3 feet as a buffer, kind of.
Yeah,
you know.
I walked 3 or 4 feet in front of them, and she's like, "Get out of their way!" And I'm like, "What do you mean?
They're not doing kicks or nothing, man. They're good, bro." What does they have? That big old guitar, that one with the bass. I mean,
no, he's just plucking.
Bloom. I mean, come on, man.
The trumpet only goes this far out. What are you talking about? Give them space.
They have the little fiddle or the little violin that they're playing. I mean, come on, dude. You're good, man. 3-4 feet. Yeah, all right, Mike. They're not doing high kicks, man. They're not the girls over there from music hall or whatever from New York.
Yeah, the Rockettes.
Yeah, the Rockettes, dude. They're not doing those high kicks, man.
That's funny, dude. That's
They're
funny.
good.
Send me some love, man. If you could put my number out there. My cell phone number is 210-508-0369. I've been in financial services this is year number 20, Joe.
Damn.
April will be my 20-year anniversary working in finance. I do retirement accounts. So if you have an old IRA, old 401k, 403b, TSP, you need to move that into an IRA, you come to me, 210-508-0369. Life insurance, disability, long-term care. I have people who do auto and homeowners on my team as well. Reach out to me, 210-508-0369. I'm a fiduciary, which means that everything I say and do needs to be in the client's best interest, and I take that very seriously. Joe, that movie that I saw on Hulu yesterday, Amber Alert, was just high.
It wasn't even that.
It was a thriller. It had one of the guys from Abbott Elementary. That was a school. The name of the show I was talking about. So Sam Selena says 20 years of rocking that 1099. That's right, baby. I got business all over the state, man. San Antonio, South Texas, Hill Country, Houston, Dallas, Austin, Lafayette, Louisiana, Orlando, Florida, Tampa, Florida. I will travel for business, my man.
You know what? I should ask the chat here, since I went ahead and did a throwback to get the Polo Sport, right?
Yeah.
What else? What other fragrance should I get? That's a throwback from the 90s that no longer.
Eternity for Men, dude.
That one's a good one.
Eternity for Men's a really
another
good
one that they used to have back then. CK1. Remember that one?
CK1, yeah.
Yeah. I'll start looking for these. I'm gonna go ahead and get some throwbacks, dude. I ain't wearing no Tres Flores, dude. No, the hell with that. You got to put that in your hair or whatnot, dude. I'm good. The manteca you put in your hair, they sell over at Penners.
Dude, my girlfriend gets mad at me. Doesn't get mad at me, but she just makes fun of me because the two gel products that I use, like one at her place, one at my place, is either Moco de Gorilla or LA Looks.
La Lux.
Why we got to get all fancy with gel, man? I don't understand. I try fancy gel.
Oh, man.
The fancy gel just makes my hair look like there's something about Mary. It's just like all clumpy and gooey.
It gets white when you touch it and stuff.
It starts to flake off.
Yeah.
Dude, Moco de Gorilla is elite when it comes to gel. And for so many years, HEB would sell it in the ethnic aisle, right? The Mexican aisle next to the Fabuloso. Like, dude, put it with the rest. Come on, man. Put it with the rest. Redbird Junkie saying Drakkar Noir. Dude, that's an old school classic, man. It's like Sex Panther.
What was the other one? Cool Water. Remember Cool Water?
Cool Water was great, man.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm fixing on looking to get new homes, right? Like I was telling you. So I should put that in the bathroom, right? When I have guests over, all the 90s colognes there on the on the countertop right there as you're washing your hands. It'd be like spraying yourself.
Chris Gonzalez asking, is Space City ready for Yolanda this year? Yolanda, she's up for parole in March this year. She's gonna get out.
You gonna go pick her up?
Get out. She's gonna get out.
Y'all gonna pick? You're gonna pick her up, go out to eat.
I was talking about this with a lot of people. So what if she backtrack, retract those words?
Mike, no.
She did her time. She did her time. Other people get out in sooner than 30 years. She did 30 years. She did her time. Somebody gonna kill her on the outside, but she did her time.
Damn.
Joe gets mad. Joe gets mad. There's gonna be like 24/7 surveillance on her, right?
Oh, dude. You know Jeff's gonna get wind of this and put it out there. They're gonna be cooking you today, dude.
Look, all I'm saying is that, you know, isn't justice supposed to be the same as much as possible across the board? If other people are getting out after 30 years, shouldn't she? That's all I'm saying. Not saying I want her out. I'm just saying. You know, don't be surprised if they show her the exit. Is she going to go live somewhere in South America under an assumed name?
Look at their analysis, thinking about what Joe said. Find out what club Sohan goes to. so the Necios can go hang out and get on his case and tell him to go practice his shot instead.
It's like this. It's like this.
That's why he
They-
has that itch.
Daniel Castro saying, I'm surprised Jimenez giving flowers to Moco de Gorilla since it's from Mexico. And it's also cheap.
Oh,
You know,
God.
nothing says classy like showing your girlfriend your gel, and it shows a cartoon gorilla with fucking snot coming out of it with mocos coming out.
Moco de Gorilla. Oh, there goes Mike. Oh, that's funny, dude. I wonder what she thought of that when she first saw it. She's like, what the heck is this?
Yeah, she's like, oh, he's classy. He's very classy.
That's how she knew you were a keeper. Moco
Yeah.
de Gorilla.
Joe, Spurs are back in action tomorrow night against the Denver Nuggets on the road. So we're going to get to see Wemby against Nikola Jokic, and we're going to see how the Spurs battle against a top team in the West. I will say this, though, Joe. Denver's 19-13. Not that much better than the Spurs. Spurs coming in at 17-16. Let's see what happens out there. Let's see if Sohan is back and healthy. Again, he got knocked out the last game with a back injury. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, man. Spurs got back-to-back coming up here against the Nuggets on Friday, and they see them again on Saturday. So we'll see. Maybe they can get one of the two.
Tony asking the question, roll-on or spray? I'm a roll-on man. Dude, anybody who's not a roll-on man is weird. Okay? If you're beyond the age of 13 in 8th grade gym, remember 8th grade gym? You'd spray it on. That shit don't work, man. Spray on deodorant does not work. You gotta lather that shit up.
Spray on or roll on. What if you use gel?
For deodorant?
Yeah.
Never even seen that.
Yeah, they have the gel. You can use it's a roll on, but it's a gel.
Is Jimenez still planning to match his age with his weight size? Dude, I'm like 7 inches below my size. So I don't know what to tell you, man.
You're getting there. You're getting there.
Going back. But my work is calling me, so I gotta let you go, brother.
All right, man. We'll see you all boys tomorrow. But stay safe out there, man. Keep everybody in your prayers over there. What's going on in the world and New Orleans. And we'll see you all tomorrow.
See ya.